Hi everyone, this is the 132nd video of the ACT Math Practice Problem series, and here you have a nice problem from the trigonometric ratios. As I always recommend, before seeing the solution, you can pause the video and give it a try yourself, and after that of course you want to match with my solution. So let's get started. Here the question says, if theta is in the second quadrant and tangent of theta is equal to negative 1/2, then cosine of theta is equal to which of the following 5 options? So essentially, we have been provided with the value of tangent of theta, which is negative 1/2, and we have to calculate the value of cosine of theta. Well, this kind of problem can be solved in couple different ways. First of all, you can take the help of the calculator. You can plug in the numbers there and you can try to get an approximate value of theta, and then for that value you can find out the cosine of theta, right? Using the calculator you can do that. But here I am going to show you the procedure, the mathematical process to find the value of cosine of theta. Since theta is in the second quadrant, clearly the value of cosine of theta will be negative, because in second quadrant cosine, tangent, they are all negative, only sine and cosecant they are positive. So the angle being in the second quadrant, obviously the value of cosine of theta will be a negative value, right? So now what have we been provided with? Well, we have been provided with tangent of theta. So let me make a quick note here. Tangent of theta is equal to negative 1/2. So we can write it as sine of theta over cosine of theta. That's the tangent of theta. That's the ratio of sine over cosine, and that is equal to negative 1/2. And if we cross multiply them, we are going to get 2 times sine of theta is equal to negative 1 times cosine of theta. And if we square both sides of this equation, so by squaring both sides, what we are going to get? We are going to get 4 times sine squared of theta is equal to cosine squared of theta. Negative times negative will become positive, so this will be cosine squared of theta. And now we have to find out the value of cosine of theta. So let's try to convert everything into cosine of theta, right? So from here then we can replace sine squared of theta by 1 minus cosine squared of theta, because you know the Pythagorean identity which says sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta is equal to 1. So from here sine squared of theta is obviously 1 minus cosine squared of theta, and that's what I'm going to use in place of sine squared of theta. So then this will become 4 times 1 minus cosine squared of theta, and that is equal to cosine squared of theta. And if we remove the parenthesis, then we are going to get 4 minus 4 times cosine squared of theta is equal to cosine squared of theta. And from here we can clearly see that 4 is equal to 5 times cosine squared of theta if we bring the cosine square onto the right hand side. And from here obviously cosine squared of theta is equal to 4 over 5, and then cosine theta will be, if we take a square root on both sides, then we get cosine theta is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 over 5, that is equal to plus or minus 2 over square root of 5. Now since theta is in the second quadrant, obviously the value of cosine of theta will be a negative value. So from here finally we can say, well then cosine theta will be equal to, let me write it here on the left hand side. So cosine theta is obviously going to be a negative value, so we need to take the negative value, which is negative 2 over square root of 5, and that should be our answer. And if you look at our answer options, we have negative 2 over square root of 5 under option K. So option K would be the correct option. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.